Hello everybody, my name's Eric Wire from Between the Bolter and Me, and today I would like to do a quick unboxing of actually a new Kingdom Death model that was just released. This is actually a plastic version of a previous model, in this case Percival, that had been released as like a resin version, and in this case they decided to actually put it in plastic, which is pretty nice, and hopefully they'll start to do this with more of their models. But here it actually comes in this nice little card box here, as you can see, and inside we have the actual plastic model, which I'll take this out here and we'll look at shortly. But so just the single plastic sprue, and then there's a base in there. But in addition, it actually comes with this little art card, which most of the resin models and such come with. But furthermore, it also actually comes with some pieces that are actually used in the game itself, which is actually a nice addition, because a lot of the resin models themselves, they have the resin version, and maybe there's some background material on the website kind of suggesting what they are, but there's no actual way to introduce them or use them in games. So in this case, it's nice to see that they're actually are starting to just include rules, and hopefully in the future with more of the Kingdom Death releases we'll actually start to see more of that. So this particular model, Percival, the little background that they have released for it says that she's a black knight. So, and interestingly, we actually did a unboxing review earlier for the Black Knight resin model, which is one of their main their series of knights in the game, and this appears to be a series of other human knights that kind of maybe use a similar fighting style and whatnot. And if you would go back and watch my unboxing review or look on Kingdom Death's website, or actually Between the Bolter and Me, the blog as well, has an assembly thing looking at the actual assembled model. But you'll notice a lot of similarities in this particular model to that main Black Knight. The sword itself is very similar, and in particular this helmet, this sort of onion kind of knight-like helmet, is very reminiscent to that other larger knight model. But so it appears that these might be humans in the Kingdom Death universe that maybe train under this other knight or whatnot. But the way this is used in game terms is actually they give you a here is a hunt event card, that instead of just, they give you a hunt event deck in the game that you use to kind of determine random things that occur while you're trying to hunt down monsters to kill. And most of the cards in the game just tell you roll a d100 and consult this table, and depending on what it is, kind of various random things happen. But this is actually a card that you can include in that deck that will result in this particular story, and if you roll high enough you'll actually get this secret fighting art, which looks to be pretty good. This particular fighting art that allows you to just be better at various sword fighting, increasing your accuracy, strength, and speed, which is pretty neat. And as I said, it's just kind of exciting that they're starting to potentially release models like this that actually have a game component rather than strictly story driven sort of stuff. But looking at the model here, you'll notice it's just a single plastic sprue, and you can see here it looks pretty nice. It's pretty fine detail, which I guess you start to come to expect with their Kingdom Death models. Some of them admittedly have been or they're not all quite created equal, some better than others, but this one looks quite good. You can see here's the little sword that's again reminiscent to the Black Knight itself, but then you can see her main torso here, which has this sort of quilted sort of robe, cloak sort of thing around her armor, and then just a nice breastplate here. And I think a lot of people would probably be excited about this model. I know I certainly was, in the fact that this is actually a female model that isn't like a, I guess, a pin-up like many of their others, and it's not this ridiculous breastplate that has like sculpted breasts and such. It's just very like just normal plate mail, which, I don't know, I was very excited to see that they didn't kind of succumb to those general tropes of making that sort of stuff, like making sure it's very apparent that it's a woman, and I find that's kind of juvenile, and it's nice to see they didn't do that with this model, which admittedly is the reason that I wanted to get it at all. But, and you'll notice, here's actually, or part of the knight's helmet, or the helmet that she's kind of holding in her arm, which, again, looks like that larger resin knight. Then we have her nice little hands here, including the one with the hilt attaching to the sword, her legs and such, shoulder pads, and all that. So it's quite a lot of pieces, very similar to kind of a Malifaux-like model, multiple tiny little pieces that you have to try to make sure you get right and don't destroy while you're putting it together. But let's see if this focuses a little bit. Yeah, but there's, I guess, more part of the helmet and the various shoulder pads and such. And then I guess right here is the actual face and head itself. Which, yes, overall I think the model looks very nice, and I'm excited to... Oh, zoomed in a little too much there. But I'm excited to actually try to get her together and actually, you know, include her actually in the game itself, maybe. I mean, I guess the probability of you actually getting this in the game seems kind of low, but, you know, it's still neat that it was included, and any additional content like that in the game, I think, just makes it more enjoyable and kind of expands what's best about the game, in my opinion, and that's all these narrative elements. Well, so I guess that's pretty much it for this unboxing. Thanks everybody for listening, and I hope to talk to you again soon.